Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world, which is dominated by marine. It is not surprising that Indonesia has high diversity of marine life, including plankton diversity. There are two types of plankton: plant plankton, called phytoplankton, and animal plankton, called zooplankton. Plankton plays an important role in nature, not only as a major component in the food chain, but also as an integral part of the sustainability of marine ecosystems. Due to the great importance of plankton for life and marine ecosystems, research and knowledge about plankton are needed in order to obtain information and data regarding their diversity, habitat, and population. Unfortunately, scientists who are working on taxonomy are very rare in the world, including in Indonesia. That's why the regeneration of young taxonomists in the field of plankton is necessary. Regional Training and Research Center, or RTRC, Marine Biodiversity and Ecosystem Health, organized by the Indonesian Institute of Sciences in cooperation with UNESCO and IOC Westpac, is a program that provides a solution by bringing forth new researchers in the field of taxonomy, especially plankton taxonomists. RTRC activities in 2016 are attended by participants from various countries in the West Asia-Pacific region and ASEAN, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, China, Cambodia, Bangladesh, and Iran. They are taught how to collect plankton, learn how to preserve it, and how to identify it morphologically. During the 2 weeks training, participants learned basic theory of taxonomy, sampling, laboratory works, and presented their results from their works. In plankton taxonomy, participants have a chance to learn from the experts. In addition to getting knowledge about taxonomy, they are also taught about other sciences related to marine life and the health of the marine ecosystem from experts, both from Indonesia as well as experts from abroad. With Marbest Center activities, they are projected to become plankton taxonomists in the future. After the theory for plankton was enough, they are taught about plankton basic sampling techniques, which are conducted in the marine areas of Pari Island and surrounding islands. The sampling is conducted for almost 3 days. The participants practice the sampling techniques with the direction and guidance from the experts. Samplings in Pari Island are conducted at day and at night in order to compare its biodiversity. The sampling technique is conducted by pulling the net horizontally on the surface of the water, pulling the net in vertical direction from 10 meters deep to the water surface, and using oblique method for 5 minutes. Different methods and different ways in the sampling process are conducted to fulfill the expectation of obtaining data of the types of plankton in Pari Island's water. The field research is not enough. To determine the species of plankton, more detailed observation in the laboratory was needed. The collected plankton samples are separated as a sorting process. This process is necessary to organize the plankton samples according to the types and use the samples for further research in the laboratory of Research Center for Oceanography, Indonesian Institute of Sciences in Ancol. In the laboratory, the trainees are taught about plankton identification techniques and how to provide the appropriate nomenclature of the plankton. This is crucial because plankton has a very high level of diversity. With such high level of diversity, it is impossible for the researchers to identify the entire species of plankton in Indonesian waters. Tiny size and very complicated character of the plankton are part of the difficulties in the identification. A strong will and time are needed to understand the complexity of plankton in terms of species diversity, habitat, and character. The most important point in this training is that participants are expected to acquire knowledge for continuing the research in their respective countries. After thorough research in the laboratory, the participants are then ready to give a presentation related to the research results. The presentation is done by each participant in accordance with the material specimens examined. The aim of the presentation is to examine the understanding of the participants on plankton taxonomic research, including the theory, sampling methods, and the results of the research. It is important because it can be used as an indicator whether they have sufficient knowledge to start their career as a plankton taxonomist or not.
Dari hasil penelitian kami tersebut, ada beberapa jenis yang merupakan catatan baru bagi perairan Indonesia karena ada 2 jenis yang selama ini diketahui endemik untuk Laut Cina, yaitu Pontylopsis inflatodigitata dan Pseudoptomus incisus dari Cina, dan ada 2 jenis yang semula hanya diduga endemik untuk Laut India, yaitu Pontylopsis lapidocera bengalensis dan Pontylopsis hermanni. Jadi dengan ditemukannya keempat jenis itu, maka kita mengetahui bahwa 4 jenis itu mempunyai distribusi yang lebih luas, tidak hanya di India dan Cina saja. Dan 1 jenis yang sampai saat ini kami belum bisa deskripsi sampai 3 jenis karena belum ada yang mendeskripsi. Ada kemungkinan bahwa jenis itu adalah jenis baru bagi dunia sains. Terima kasih.
This RTRC activity is expected to arouse the interest of young researchers in the field of plankton taxonomy and create young taxonomists that are able to contribute their knowledge related to the taxonomy of plankton in the future for the welfare and prosperity of mankind.